It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Washington, where the Wizards will be going up against the Boston Celtics. Looking at Boston, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Fellas, it seems like so much goes into being successful at the professional level. I want to ask a more general question. What was the key to your success as a player and as a champion?
You know what? Most people would say you would start at the top, but I'll start where it began. Wilmot Benjamin, Tom Donahue, coaches who've helped me at my AAU, early stages out, then going to the late, great Jack Curran in high school. Those were the ones. And honestly, there's no bigger than family. My brother Vince and my dad were the ones who really got me there.
Well, you got to have great teammates. You know, I'm the first one to say, yeah, I have 4 championships, but one of my favorite teammates, Big Shot Bob, he saved me so many times. Another one of my favorite teammates, B. Shaw, he saved me. Rick Fox, he saved me. So you got to have great teammates, great organizations. You know, they allow you to focus on what you do and what you do best, as long as family and friends and all that. And Ernie, I remember when you interviewed me when I was 18 years old.
I remember that. Now, I had just started at Turner, went to San Antonio, did a feature on Big Shaq.
Wow, that's incredible.
It was.
Yeah.
I haven't changed at all, have I?
No, you still look beautiful.
I had more hair.
Good genes or good docs?
He's got good doctors.
Let's get to Kevin Harlan. Kev.
Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with the broadcast from Washington, the home of the Wizards, the Verizon Center. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Zeller is out there with David Lee, and it's Smart in at the 1 spot. Lee with the steal. Smart with the ball. Now Beal defending. Knocked loose.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans. And we've all seen how dominant Bradley Beal can be, the 3rd overall pick in the 2012 draft. He's already had a solid young career, but still plenty of room to grow.
Talking about Bradley Beal's potential, it's not just the shooting, it's also the passing, and you really don't think of him as a passer, but for such a young 2-guard, he's extremely unselfish, averaged over 3 assists a game over the past 2 years.
And the true stars of our game feature versatility. And here's a guy that has also tremendous upside as a rebounder. I mean, how about getting 7 boards almost a game the 1 year he was in college? So he understands the importance of impacting other areas. I mean, last season he had his highest steals average of his career, and everything's upside with this young man. The sky's the limit.
Excellent point. Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
Now here's Bradley, and the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Now the Wizards with it.
And the Wizards really struggled post All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason.
Wall, that's good.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Zeller. Here's Turner. Steps back and drains the jump shot.
Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they look like a lottery team. Then the next, they look like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their games when they did get hot, though.
Here's Nene after the made shot from Evan Turner. Nene, the screen. Shot clock at 5. Beal can't get it to go.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Smart kicks to Turner. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Beal. Here's Wall. Can't get it to go. Good D by Lee.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Second shot opportunity.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And David Lee missing time early last season with that hamstring injury also opened the door up for Draymond Green to kind of take that starting power forward role. And give Lee credit, though. Didn't sulk, just threw himself into his new role as a super sub.
And he's good on the second. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Now here's Wall. Courts out with a screen on Lee. Nene down low. Working on Lee, and the call will be against David Lee. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's Nene from 12 feet out.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Smart dishes to Zeller. Turner passes to Lee. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Wizards with the lead. And Dudley kicks to Nene. It's Wall with the drive. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team you like playing for. Played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category. And I think, to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent. And I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
And he sinks the second.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficiently. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room.
Now here's Zeller. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bradley. Good on the triple. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played.
And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college? The Junkyard Dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. 2 attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level.
Now here's Beal. Clock at 4 with the fadeaway. And Boston with the rebound. Lee's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Smart with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. And here's Smart. Lee outside. It's Bradley on the wing. Lets it fly from 18. Rebound, Washington. Now Wall. Boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
For Boston, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Smart kicks to Turner. Nice ball movement by Boston. Screen by Lee. And it's Turner off the drive. And that is good. Turner's got his second bucket.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Wall passes to Gortat. They set the screen. Back to Wall. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Wall's got 6. The Celtics have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Picked by Lee. Down low. Here's Smart. And he converts the layup. Smart's got his first points of the night.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Now Turner following the three-point attempt by John Wall. Outside Turner. He feeds it to Zeller. Wide open. Can't get it to go. And it's Washington the other way. Dudley dishes the Wall. Now the feed to Nene. Out to the right wing. Gortat against Zeller. Just his first attempt. Another one falls for Washington. Boston took a lot of steps forward last season with their coach Brad Stevens. Still, though, their defense was near the middle of the road. That will need some tweaking.
Yeah, and you could say that seemed to be the limiting factor, Kevin, in how far they eventually went. Strange, given how several years ago they were an offensive juggernaut.
Yeah, you know, for the Celtics and their defense, a lot of it had to do with rim protection and challenging shots. They were actually last in the league in blocks.
For the Wizards, Humphries comes in for Nene. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Jared Dudley. Then for the Celtics, Jared Sullinger comes in for Tyler Zeller. And Thomas subbed in for Marcus Smart. Here is Thomas.
Yeah, and the Celtics averaged under 4 blocks a game last season, but blocks aren't the whole story. They let opponents get too many easy looks inside the paint. That's the real factor in why their defense was subpar.
Now here's Thomas, 6 to shoot. Off the left rim and out.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Wall against Bradley. Humphries kicks to Gortat. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Sullinger. For the Wizards, Oubre's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. The Celtics also changing it up. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Lee. Jerebko comes in for Evan Turner. And Jake Crowder's subbed in for Bradley. Here's Oubre. Rebounded by Jerebko.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
And Isaiah Thomas traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston. seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Greg, you were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns. In their first meeting, he took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared him down as he was hitting shots, looked at that bench. Man, he had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. The dish now to Olynyk. They set the pick. Now here's Crowder, guarded by Porter. 5 to shoot, and the basket by Olynyk.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now here's Sessions. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Gortat, the shot's good. Sessions making him pay.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's Thomas. Olynyk up top. Washington with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Porter passes to Sessions. Here's Humphries. Sullinger with the rebound.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. We talked about some of the matchups he'll be watching in this game, and he told me, quote, "I'll be looking at how we deal with Marcin Gortat. He's a guy who can score in any number of ways, posting up, pulling up from outside, or rolling to the rim. And he's also a factor on the glass. Guys, Gortat might not be a household name, but he's an impact big man in this league, no question."
Thanks, Doris. And here's Sessions after Jared Sullinger hitting his three. And Gortat with the stop.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete, but he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
Sullinger outside. Now Urebka. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Lock at 6. Thomas with the ball. From deep three-point range, Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Talking about Gortat, he was a late second-round draft choice in 2005. His first 4 years in the league, highly underwhelming. Now, over the last 4 years, he's averaged around 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. Those are good numbers.
Now, here's Oubre. Good on the baseline J. Oubre's got his first basket. Boston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Thomas against Sessions. Outside Thomas. Goes up to the stripe. That's short off the rim.
And getting back to Marcin Gortat, his dad was a successful light heavyweight boxer in Poland, so clearly you see where the toughness comes from. And Marcin's mom was on the Polish national team in volleyball, so you know where the blocking and ball skills come from. I guess we'd have to call him a chip off the old blocks.
Here's Thomas after Marcin Gortat's bucket. Sullinger the screen. And Thomas, here we go. Boston, no good that time either.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Now here's Thomas, and that one's good. Thomas got his second bucket of the night. Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes. Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Celtics out in front, up 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
Check it out.
And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hands. She's the one who taught me my form, my follow through, and still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I'm not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking them when she beats them in a game of horse. Bradley's not only got a special J, but he's got a pretty good disposition, too.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
It's just been a long-range battle for them, and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. David Lee is out there with Tyler Zeller, and it's Smart in at the 1. Now here's Porter. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. And Boston has possession following the bucket by the Wizards. Here's Lee. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And the Celtics lead by 1.
You know, one of the things, guys, that impressed me about the Celtics was the number of assists they had. I mean, they really focused on moving the ball. And when you do that and you have shot makers, the assists pile up.
Lets it fly from 18. Wall missing again. Boston shooting 43% from the field. Bradley kicks to Turner. Zeller setting the pick for Turner. It's Lee, top of the key. Lets the 3 fly. Nice shot by Smart. Smart's got 5 now. With the Celtics and their assists, they were second in the league in potential assists per game. meaning shots they missed that if they made would have been assists.
And that is a good thing, if you weren't sure. I mean, they were sandwiched between the Hawks and Warriors in that category. Pretty good company to be in. So they moved the ball well. They just need to get a little more consistent at knocking down open shots.
Now here's Lee. Pick by Zeller. Zeller setting the pick for Brandon. The shot is off. And Washington the other way now. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Wall dishes to Beal. And Dudley kicks to Porter. And there's the pass to Beal. The Wizards with another miss. Boston leading by 4. Smart passes to Zeller. Shoots from the elbow. The second chance effort. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Boston.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
And both free throws good for Lee. Well, David Lee with the Golden State Warriors began his career with the New York Knicks. We're talking about him and his play, and it's sometimes hard to get a good compass on what kind of player he is.
Yeah, you know, he was drafted 30th when he came out and certainly played above that draft slot. Then when he re-upped for the 6 years, $80 million, people started to wonder if he was able to play to that value.
Bradley kicks to Turner. And yes, sir, that one drops. Turner's got 6.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Wall after the made shot from Evan Turner. Here's Nene. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And getting back to David Lee, before the big contract, he was putting up some huge runs. I mean, he was the first Knick to go 30 and 20 in a game since the great Patrick Ewing. And he became the first NBA player to record at least 35 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists since Kareem back in 1976.
And that one falls for Nene.
And, you know, back to David Lee, we all know about his struggles with the Warriors, and many had written him off completely. But then at the end of last season, he showed that he still has the energy and skills to contribute if given minutes.
Gary Neal's checked in for the Wizards. And a change for the Celtics. Johnson, he's checked in for Zeller. And both free throws good for Nene. And Nene, a guy with an incredibly strong start to his career in Denver, the first Brazilian to ever be selected in the first round. Voted, as you may recall, to the NBA All-Rookie team.
Yeah, it came into the league just a tremendously raw talent. Really developed faster than a lot of people expected, but what has been the case for him is the injury bug. I mean, the knee, the foot, shoulder, Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his career somewhat.
And cancer. He's beaten cancer.
That's very good point.
Now here's Nene. After the miss from Evan Turner. Good. Nene's got 4 points this quarter. Celtics leading by 4. Now here's Smart. 5 points in the game. Lee dishes to Turner. Five on the clock. Kicks it to Bradley. Boston needs to get off a shot. Lee. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, you know, going back to Nene, in 14 years, he's been able to suit up for roughly 65% of the games. That's tough on a team's continuity on both ends of the floor. Injuries have been a part of that, though, and oftentimes those are beyond the player's control.
Here's Smart following the three-pointer by Washington. Johnson the screen. Smart passes to Bradley. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 6 points for Avery Bradley.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
And you know, guys, the thing with Nene, he helps you in so many ways when he's in there. He's hard to back down in the post. He eats up space, tough to get around on picks. He has the toughness that champions are made of.
Shots good by Turner.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Here's Neal. Turner covering. And Wall kicks to Nene. Soft touch off the glass. Nene's got 6.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Now here's Smart, covered by Wall. It's stolen by Wall. And now it's Neal running. He can go all the way. Drops in the breakaway layup. And now just a 2-point Boston lead.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Now here's Johnson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
I'm watching Amir Johnson, Clark. He seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint, and he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Beal. Then for the Celtics, Jared Sullinger's checked in for Lee. Crowder comes in for Turner. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Marcus Smart. Washington with the ball. 4-point game.
And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place, he became the last 18-year-old drafted into our league. And it did take him a number of years to kind of get up to the pro speed.
Now here's Wall after Jared Sullinger's miss. Good D by Sullinger.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Nene against Bradley. Johnson the screen. Thomas gets a wide open look, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
Guys, did you know not once in Johnson's 10 seasons has he averaged more than 11 points or 7.5 rebounds a game? Sometimes he doesn't even start, and yet there's a certain sect of followers who feel Amir Johnson is among the most valuable, efficient players in the league.
Now here's Thomas. Nene unable to get his shot today. Thomas goes in, pass to Crowder. 6 on the shot clock. Nice ball movement by Boston. Wall against Johnson. Now here's Wall. He's guarded closely and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted 1st overall, Beal 3rd in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
The Wizards shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight, and that one misses. Well, Clark, getting back to Wall and Beal, they really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with them. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure.
Gortat's checked in for Washington. Oubre comes in for Jared Dudley. And he's good on the second.
And Washington put together a good season against the East last year. Ended up with that 46-36 record, with 30 of those wins coming against the rest of the conference.
Rejected by Wall. In transition, here come the Wizards. And here's Oubre. They get it again. Here is Thomas. Oubre pulls it in. Wizards 46-36 last season. That was good enough for them to land the number 5 seed.
Well, it was actually, Kevin, the same finish they had in the conference in 2014, even though they won more games. Washington, though, was only 10-15 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
Here's Neal. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 8. He dishes it to Olynyk. Thomas against Wall. Pulls up. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Picked by Humphries. And Neal kicks to Oubre. All with it. Now Thomas defending. Here's Oubre. Another shot. And it's finished off inside by Gortat. Gortat's got 10 points in the game.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
Now here's Thomas. Wall with some nice D.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
The high post shot. The second effort and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Gortat. 8 rebounds, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
That free throw good for Marcin Gortat.
Well, you could see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. Adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Gary Neal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And that was something the Celtics needed, adding Thomas, a player that could come in and provide Clark instant offense for them off the bench.
And Kevin, I think that was a turning point for them last year. I mean, they saw that they had a chance to make a big leap forward after the trade and responded accordingly.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Zeller, who's checked in for Sullinger. The Celtics have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
That's good from Thomas.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 11. 1:10 left in the second quarter. This is to Zeller. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Greg, you're talking about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals, given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
Here's Thomas after the made shot from Kelly Oubre. There's the pick. Off the screen. Here's Olynyk. Got a piece of it, but they recover it. Sessions against Thomas. He kicks it to Crowder. Left side, Thomas launches a three. Thomas with another miss.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
The 17-footer. Sessions no good. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Wizards lead by 2. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. I'm here with David Lee. And David, tell us what your approach was defensively in this game tonight.
Well, we made some mistakes here and there. Our biggest thing is if we don't turn the ball over, I think we're going to be okay. They got a couple easy buckets in transition.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. There was no stopping Marcin Gortat in the first half. He had 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 block. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, they're generating points in the paint, which I like to see. Too often teams fall in love with the three, and the defenses can key on that. You want to keep your offense unpredictable, which is why you need to establish a presence inside. Once you do that, then you can play inside out, and you've got the defense right where you want it.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
The three-point shot has really, really helped them out. I don't always like to see teams rely on the three, but when it's dropping like that, I say roll with it. They keep setting good screens. Running these pick and rolls, they'll be tough to beat.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girl! Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Marcin Gortat really making a difference here.
How about a double-double already? I mean, this is the sort of energy performance that just energizes your entire team.
He has impacted the game in a bunch of different ways. Really going to be hard to slow him down now. I tell you what, this has been fun to watch.
Here's Smart. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint, and it's Dudley in at the small forward position. That's Randy Whitman's 5 as we get into the second half. Pass to Bradley. Shot clock at 6. Zeller setting the pick for Bradley. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Bradley's got the game tied up here for the Celtics. Washington shooting about 42% so far. There's a screen by Gortat. Wall dishes to Dudley. Beyond the arc. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit for that.
It's stolen by Wall. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his second personal foul.
And part of the reason why the Celtics are ahead of schedule in their rebuild is because of Coach Brad Stevens. He has everyone on the same page.
You know what? You talk around the league about Coach Stevens, and other coaches are just astounded by his work ethic. People around the league think he's already a top coach and could be one of the greats by the time he's done if he stays at the professional level.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And the thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. A quick, powerful athlete. Greg, high basketball IQ. Had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
And it's Bradley off the drive. Here's Zeller. Gortat with the block. And he gets it back. And Beal kicks to Wall. And that one's good. Wall's got 11 points.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does. And, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
That's his third versus the team's second.
Wizards leading by 7. To the inside. It's tipped. Lee with the steal. Turner against Beal. And Turner kicks to Lee. Bounces high off the rim and drops. He's got 7.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, there are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talents. No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Bradley with the ball. Now guarded by Gortat. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Nene against Bradley. Nene, right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Celtics trail by 5. Here's Bradley, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down. Greg started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
It's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
And he can't get the first one.
With Avery Bradley, he was the 19th pick in the draft for the Celtics. The outlook for him was great, but then ball handling and shooting injury concerns flattened out his development. He had a hard time getting over the hump for a few years, but he's over it now.
Boston making a switch here. Sullinger's checked in. And the second free throw, good.
And, getting back to Avery Bradley, he's been dynamite the last 2 years. He's finally found consistency with the mid-range jumper and plays a complete game of basketball. With just a little more seasoning, I really feel like the sky's the limit. And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. Just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Wizards leading by 4. And Wall kicks to Beal. Feeds to Nene. Outside, Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. Lee with the steal. Here's Bradley with the second effort. No good. Gortat with the defensive effort.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Hit his leg, and they're saying he kicked the ball. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Passes it to Nene.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Bradley with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Now Smart. He has 5. He feeds it to Sullinger. Off the pick. Here's Lee. Gortat with the block. Bradley with it. Wall attacking. Here's Nene. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists tonight. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Wizards?
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Boston, no good that time either.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
Celtics trail by 6. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Now here's Wall. He's got 11. He had stolen by Sullinger. Now here's Smart. He's guarded by Dudley. Bradley can't get it to go. Well, looking at the Wizards, they weren't as lauded as other teams last season, but the Wizards were a ferocious group on defense. Numbers support that. Their activity, Greg, could really bother teams.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, oftentimes people look at them and think offense, but it really was, to your point, Kevin, the defense was the strength of that group. I mean, they do get out in transition, but it was the defense, I thought, that really allowed them to become elite.
And he gets it to go. Bradley's got 5 points now this quarter. For Washington, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Outside, Wall. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Gary Neal's checked in for Washington. The Celtics also changing it up. Johnson, he's checked in for Lee. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Avery Bradley. And that one falls for John Wall.
Well, you know, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never-give-up attitude.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 11. Sullinger, a screen on Wall. Thomas goes in to the paint, stolen by Dudley. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. Neal's got the ball. Beal's shot is good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And for the Celtics, 28 of their 40 wins on the season came against the East. Not impressive, but they got the job done in a conference which could be had at times, obviously.
That's true, but what should be noted, Kevin, about the Celtics against the East is just how well they played against the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
Right.
I mean, against the East top 8, they shot a lot better and executed a lot better as well. So you can see them stepping up their game against the competition.
So it's the Wizards now. After Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. Here's Neal. Turner covering. 6 to shoot. Fires from 18. The shot no good. Now Boston takes it the other way. Thomas passes to Sullinger. Got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Washington making some changes. Chris Humphries has checked in for Dudley. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Bradley Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Jerebko's checked in for the Celtics. Crowder comes in for Marcus Smart. Now, here's Thomas. He's got 11. And there's the feed to Sullinger. Sessions against Thomas. With 1 on the clock, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now, here's Thomas. The dish now to Jerebko. The three-pointer, no good. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Here's Neal. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Sessions has got 4 assists in the game.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Kelly Olynyk checked in for Boston.
Kelly Olynyk.
Here's Thomas. 11 points in the game. They set the pick. It's stolen by Sessions. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Here's Thomas after the basket by Washington. And Jerebko has it in the corner. No one covering.
2 points.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
And Sessions kicks to Humphries. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here's Thomas. And the pass to Olynyk. Nice ball movement by Boston. 6 on the shot clock. From the arc. Rebounded by the Wizards. Humphries has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And for Chris Humphries, last year was a chance to sign with a playoff contender. The Wizards turned out to be even more than that, with the 4th best record in the East, and Humphries helped them to get there, averaging about 6.5 boards per game.
Now, here's Thomas. Nene unable to get his shot to go. Now, here's Thomas. 11 points in the game. Here's Crowder. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Crowder's got his first 3 points of the game.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Picked by Humphries. Thomas against Sessions. Three-pointer. Rebound, Boston. Johnson's got his third rebound tonight. Out to the right wing. Jerebko. And again, it's Boston converting.
Jonas Jerebko.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the third. Sessions dishes to Neal. Sessions against Thomas. Porter in the corner. Here's Sessions. Johnson with the block. Jerebko, the pass to Crowder. Rebound, Washington. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And Sessions kicks to Neal. Fires top of the key. Off the mark. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's the Wizards. They lead by 8. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Wizards leading by 8. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Boston, Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Tyler Zeller out there with David Lee, and it's Smart in at the point.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Now here's Smart. Lee kicks to Bradley. Lee sets a screen for Bradley. 5 on the clock. Can't hit from the elbow. Washington shooting the ball at 42%. Bradley against Beal. And Dudley kicks to Wall. Here's Gortat. And that one comes up a bit short. Celtics trail by 8. Bradley dishes to Smart. Screen by Lee. Smart kicks to Bradley. And Tyler Zeller's going to pick up the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
That's his third personal foul.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Outside, Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. Wall passes to Gortat. Again, Gortat missing. Boston's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Kicks to Smart. Pass to Lee. Baseline jumper. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 9 points for David Lee. Wizards leading by 6. And here is Beal. He dishes it to Wall. And again, Washington no good. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Turner. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. The Wizards have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Outside, Wall. Dishes it to Gortat. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Rebounded by Dudley. Wizards leading by 7. Beal dishes to Oubre. And he finishes nicely on the way.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brad Stevens was giving to his team. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Now here's Smart. Zeller, a screen on Wall. Smart kicks to Turner. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. It's Wall with the drive. Gortat misses.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup, and all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
And that one falls for Zeller. Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, and if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
Now here's Turner. Clock at 6. He kicks to Zeller. Releases from 15. Boston again missing. Wizards leading by 8.
And for Zeller last season, his numbers were the same or better as a starter. His scoring picked up a touch. Still had a great field goal percentage too, so really solid production in his first couple of years.
There's a screen by Gortat. Beal the pass to Gortat. Wizards need to get a shot off here. And there's Beal. That's good on the assist from Gortat. And that's now 9 points here for Beal.
And I think the big thing for Zeller was that he found his role in the league. He knows he'll be an energy guy who has to make the most of his touches. And to his credit, he is nothing but a positive force on the floor.
And the Wizards with possession following the bucket by the Celtics. Wall, that's good. And the Wizards lead by 11.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Smart dishes to Lee. Pass to Zeller. Feeds it to Bradley. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Lee with a solid pick that time.
Wizards leading by 9. Outside, Wall. Passes to Beal. Gortat with a screen on Bradley. Here's Beal. And Evan Turner pulls it down. Turner's got 3 rebounds now in this one. He feeds it to Smart. Picked by Zeller. Smart kicks to Bradley. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Now here's Wall. The feed to Beal. The dish to Oubre. Wall attacking. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Here's Lee after the basket by Washington. 4 on the clock. Smart misses. Washington leading now by 8. It's Wall with the drive. Oubre with it. Now guarded by Brad. Oubre can't get it to go.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Here's Turner. No luck. Now the Wizards take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Dudley the pass to Gortat. And Beal kicks to Oubre. Gortat trying to break loose. Good work defensively by Turner. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Smart. Wall with the steal. The pass to Beal. Kicks it to Oubre. Here's Wall. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Now here's Smart. He's tightly guarded. Lee dishes to Bradley. Back to Lee. Oubre pulls it in. Wizards leading by 10. Outside, Wall. It's Beal on the wing. No good with the triple. Oubre with the steal. To the middle. Gortat scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Now here's Bradley. And a wide open look for Zeller. Takes a big height bounce and goes in.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Here's Beal. Left side, Wall. And that one's good. Wall's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Celtics trail by 12. Smart passes to Zeller. Screen by Lee. And Zeller kicks to Bradley. Back to Zeller. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Zeller's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Pass to Beal. Back to Wall. Here's the teardrop, and the shot is good. Wall's got 24 points.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
And guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
And the Wizards making a change here. Nene's checked in. Boston also with the sub. Isaiah Thomas, he's checked in for Smart. So it's Boston now, down by 12. Well, and for Wall, Greg, and leading the Wizards, it did take some time. Now he does so much, Clark, for the franchise.
On and off the floor. He's really the face of that franchise and has a chance, in my mind, to be an MVP candidate at some point in his career and is living up to the #1 draft pick hype.
Wall draws the double. And Dudley kicks to Wall. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
Boy, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. And he's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
And getting back to Nene, an obvious inside player with great impact. He looks and plays like a man possessed. Yet through last season, Greg, he's never averaged as much as 8 rebounds a game.
And, you know, his true value is measured in intangibles at times, not just on the stat sheet. He does all the dirty work so others can shine.
And that one falls for Zeller.
Take a look at what Zeller's been doing. He has 8 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
No doubt they'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
Now here's Wall. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gortat.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Against Wall. Outside Thomas. Screen by Lee. Over in the corner, Turner. A 3-ball. Wall grabs the board. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
He hasn't had as many opportunities at the line as he had in the first half.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one, and that brings them within single digits.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
Stolen by Thomas. And here we go. Bradley dishes to Zeller. We've got 1:18 left in the game. 5 on the clock. Here's Bradley. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Washington leading now by 9. Dishes it to Nene. Off with the layup.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Wall draws the double. Nene setting the pick for Beal. It's tipped. Outside Thomas. The tray. That doesn't go either for Thomas. Clark, they're in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, if they just play smart right here, Kevin, this game's pretty much over.
Well, the comeback hopes are out the window now. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, it's a done deal. It's wrap time for this group.
Thomas against Wall. Nene at the elbow. Now Dudley. And so it's the Wizards with the W. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, I'm here with John Wall, and congratulations, John, on the win. What's the key to a performance such as this?
Well, man, we do a good job of helping. We know it's not one-on-one matchups. We do a good job of helping, and that's our job, is to come out here and play. And the way we play here, man, is we got to find a way to play on the road.
Solid team basketball, John. Thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall. The entire second half was just phenomenal. You could see there was no way he was going to let them lose.
There are two types of point guards, Ernie. Kenny would know nothing about that. He shot the ball every time he touched it. Anyway, the guys who keep everyone involved and the guys who could do it all for himself. He's a great distributor. He's always going to get his assists, but when they need someone to take over, Wall's the guy.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.